get ready with me while I tell you about some cool gigs I've got coming up. First thing to say, I guess, if you're new here, my name is Ben. I've been a bass player professionally for 19 years now, coming up on 20 years this year. And since COVID and a bunch of burnout, I have started writing my own music and trying to pursue the music that makes me happier. The outlet I've got for that music at the moment is a band called Nowhere Ensemble, which is accidentally has ended up being a quartet. There's 4 of us, where for the past 3 years now we've been playing music that I wrote, which I hope someday to get featured in films and television and all that kind of thing. The music that Nowhere Ensemble has ended up playing on these tours for the past 3 years is all from that kind of COVID period where I did a load of writing. I sat down, I didn't intend to write music in any particular style. I was literally just finishing pieces as quickly as I could as they came to me. And as a result, a lot of the music is quite jazzy. Some of it's a bit funky, and it's all got this kind of quite ambiguous, moody, I hope quite emotional, ethereal kind of thing going on, which largely reflects my love and kind of interest in the vastness of outer space. A lot of the movies I like are based in space, and I just think it's you know, the scale of space makes it like a fertile ground for like inspiring pieces that are, you know, full of contrast, that are full of drama, maybe powerful at times, quiet at others, desolate, dense, whatever. It's just good fun. So that's what we're going to be playing on these upcoming gigs with Nowhere Ensemble, is my wacky kind of adventures into electronic jazz. And the dates for these gigs, the tour takes place in March this year, 2025, all around the UK. Starting on the 9th of March, after doing a bunch of rehearsals, we head off to Hereford, which is in the West Midlands in England. We'll be doing our first gig there on the 9th of March at the Jam Factory. The following day, we won't be driving particularly far. We'll be heading to Somerset, where we'll be doing a gig 10th of March at the Bell Inn, which is in Bath. Our next gig is the 12th of March in Penzance, which is in Cornwall. We'll be playing at the Acorn Theatre in Penzance on the 12th of March. On the 13th of March, we'll be at the 12 Bar Music and Social in Exeter, which is going to be great. It's the first time that we're playing in a lot of these cities, actually. So that's going to be really exciting. And before we head up to Plymouth on the 15th of March, playing at the B Bar. After the Plymouth gig on the 15th of March, we've got a hell of a drive where we'll be going all the way to Skipton in the northeast of England. That's yeah, quite a trek, that one, but that's okay. And then after that gig up in the northeast, that's the 16th of March, Skipton Town Hall. We've got a few days off then, before we make our way down to Bar Brunel, which for us is quite a regular haunt now. It's the second year in a row that we've been at Bar Brunel, which is in Bridgwater, not too far south from Bristol. And then we do a trip up to where I'm from originally, which is North Wales. So we'll be at a place called Tregarth, which is in a town called Tregarth, halfway between my hometown of Bethesda and Bangor, which is the only city in the area. The day after that, 22nd of March, we'll be making our way onto the Isle of Anglesey, and we'll be playing in Holyhead, which is the port town for that island, at Exeter Centre, who have supported the band hugely by having us there on every one of our tours. We've been there 3 years in a row now. Then we do like a hell of a schlep down from Anglesey all the way to Bristol, where I used to live and where half the band are now based. We'll be playing on the 23rd of March at Mr. Wolves. I feel like I'm being waterboarded. God, who would ever want to be an influencer? This is really hard work. We've then got a few, pardon you, we've then got a few days off. The very end of the tour is going to be our first ever performance in Dorset. We'll be playing Bridport Arts Centre on the 30th of March. That'll be a standalone gig for us. I do have plans at the moment to be taking the band straight into the studio to record some of the music we've been playing on tour, because I'm a bit of an old soul at heart. And it's quite romantic to me the way that people used to do things back in the day, where they were playing live all the time and then would go straight into the studio off the back of that. So you figure out the music on the stage to a certain degree and then go into the studio right off the back of that, rather than the modern model of figuring out your stuff before you start recording all your music, somehow bankrolling it all, and getting famous off of your single release and then touring. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you haven't had enough time to like experiment, and also where's that money come from? It's a hell of a question. On this tour we're going to get a little bit closer to the sound design of how the kind of music kind of came to me initially. So for the first time ever I'll be playing double bass on these gigs. You know, I gig a lot as a double bass player anyway, but haven't done it on this because of logistics. It's just a big instrument to be carrying around. So we haven't done that before, so that'll be exciting. I'll also be taking the synth bass, which is something I have done on every tour, but I'll be doing that whilst also playing like synth pads and some of the synth lead lines with my other hand. So that's going to be really exciting. More to come about that. Josh Lambdin on the tour for a second year in a row. We're really close, we've played together a lot, so I'm really glad to have him in the car, because the long journeys are made far more fun with him. He'll be on guitar, he does some amazing sound design stuff with all his effects. Joining us for the first time ever, we have two Bristol musicians. We have Ollie Grant on drums, who's an absolute sweetheart, who I've looked forward to seeing every time I've got gigs in the diary with him. We really hit it off. So he's joining on drums because I really want to spend more time with him making music. And I asked him who he'd like to play with, and he put forward his bandmate Dave Colburn. So sax is by Dave Colburn, drums by Ollie Grant, they're both from Bristol, and then myself on basses, Josh Lambdin on guitars. That's Nowhere Ensemble for 2025. We have 11 dates. Use your imagination in terms of finding all the tickets. Price varies enormously from venue to venue. I hope that there's something there for everyone. But come and see us, Nowhere Ensemble. Tour starts on the 9th of March, 2025, rounding off on the 30th of March this same year. Hope to see you there.